Here we go. Mary Ann Comiskey, are you ready? All right. What should the City of Tomah's priorities be regarding growth and development? What should the City of Tomah's priorities be regarding growth and development? Mary Ann Comiskey, 90 seconds.
Well, before I comment on growth and development, the one thing I do think our most important priority is to the people is their safety. We should work as a council to make sure that they feel safe in their homes. And secondly, that they have access to their basic needs. And I think that moving on to the question would be, I think we need to work on the infrastructure. Our roads really need to be repaired. We need to be looking at helping the businesses downtown to get their stores and helping whatever they need to get their stores in for success and to bring people in to shop at the stores. And I do think in prioritizing things, one of the things that we really need to start with, number one, we are servants to the people. We're their elected officials. And we don't have some kind of special place where we sit over them. And I talk to a lot of people that don't have a good relationship with their older person because they feel like they don't listen. But I think that is something important we should do.
Thank you. Donna Evans.
I think as a city, we need to set strategic, measurable goals for the future that we can plan for our growth and our development. It's very important that we improve our residents' living standards and try to reduce poverty in our area. We need to plan ahead. The long-range planning needs to plan ahead so that we can give our households more goods and services that we can offer them in our city. We need to get people to shop Tomah first. We need to have more businesses to do that. People that are going down the road to shop is not going to have our city grow and develop. So we need to do that. I think we're on the right track. We're geographically set to grow. So we just need to set our goals and our plans so that we can grow. It's very important that the city sets these priorities for our growth and development for the future so we have a great town to live in.
I think the biggest priority is, for me, on the council is going to be the downtown as priority one. I think when you look to neighboring communities like Europa, Reedsburg, they're really thriving because they put some effort into making a downtown where people want to gather. So I think that's important. If we do that, a lot of the other things will fall into place. The other priority, I think, has to be on the south end of town with the hospital and the clinic coming online. We have great opportunity for development. So if we could sit here and say we want to grow the tax base, what a better place to do it than on the south end of town. So those would be my two priorities: the downtown, partially because that's where I live, and I want to see it do well, and then just to grow the whole economic area. I think the downtown is good, or the south end is a good place to start.
There are a lot of priorities for Tomah. Every month we have certain projects on the agenda. So one is no more important than the other. But if you want to put it down to a main priority right now for Tomah, that would be revitalizing downtown and completing the Gerke building, which is scheduled, I think, in the next few months be completed, so our focus should be on that. And then also fixing the roads from due to our severe weather that we had this year. I mean, we've got a lot of potholes all over the city when you drive through, so that's going to take a lot of manpower to get that done, and that is a big priority because vehicles use our roads very much. So, and also the south side of Tomah too. We need to make sure that the hospital and the cancer center and the ambulance center is built. So these are priorities, but every month there's a certain priority that we have to vote on, and that's important for the citizens of Tomah. Thank you.
My priorities, I got about 50 million things I'd like to see for the city, and each and every one starts the same way. Can the old afford it? Can the young afford it? Can the low income afford it? Is it right for our city in the long run? There's a lot more that goes into just how much a building costs, what we're going to put into the building. Can everybody afford it? What's that going to do to the tax base? Is it in the TID district? Is it not in the TID district? Are we doing our due diligence on is this job going to, or is this company going to create cash flow? Those are all things that I think you should ask yourself as a council member, regardless of what the topic is. We're talking streetlights or we're talking a rec center. On that particular topic, I think just about everybody said revitalization and South End. Again, my number one priority, and has been for the whole entire political realm for me, has been to get a rec center built and to get it finalized. It has been a need and a want for people around here for a long time. And I know we got projects going right now that are steering us towards it, and I'm super excited to be on board to help usher that through and bring that to fruition. I think building an ambulance, a centralized ambulance station, would be awesome and much needed, and as well as probably, I think we're in line for probably an upgrade in our fire station as well. So there's things in a growing community that just naturally happen. Thank you.
If you look at what is taking place in the Long-Range Planning Commission, looking into the crystal ball on what's going to happen in the future and what their plan is for the future, there's a balance between what we need and what we really want. And of course we want the best, we want the greatest, and then there's what we really need. So there's a lot of priorities, the taxpayers themselves. How are we treating them? How the city services are being run? The schools, how are they? Are they up to snuff into the national averages? You know, we've got the new hospital coming in, which is a huge potential, again, for the south side. I know it's been mentioned, I sound like Charlie Brown's teacher going on here, but it's this, these are things that we all are very fortunate to have coming into Tomah. And so with growth and development, we just need a balance. We just need to keep it all in perspective and keep our priorities in mind.
When looking at growth priorities within the city, first and foremost, I think that we have to support and monitor our TID districts. We have placed a lot of emphasis in them. They are doing good things, but we need to stay on top of them. Again, I said earlier, TIF is an amazing tool, and when used correctly, it can do many, many good things, but we need to make sure that we're monitoring that and we're doing it responsibly. Also within those districts, we need to be seeking new partners and ideas to further the success of those districts. We have put a lot of stake in TIDs 8, 9, and 10, and they will pay dividends. It will come. We have the base there already, but we can continue to grow it. So that has to be growth number one, or priority number one, simply because of the investment that we have made. I agree, growth priority number two, downtown revitalization, but again, it falls right back into TID, because the downtown TID 8 was where it started. It started as a rehab TID. And number three is the overall growth of the tax base. But again, to grow the tax base, we need to be supporting our TID, supporting downtown revitalization, and making sure that all the plans that we've put forth are working.
So I just wanted to, while everyone was talking, was going to windmill slam downtown revitalization, but as everyone was talking, I was kind of thinking about it, and we were looking at things like third gen, the hospital, Millhaven, and what we really are looking at as a city is, I think the most important priority is just modernization, right? We need, we need new facilities in the hospital. We need to build a new fire department. We need to have better and more reliable ambulance facilities. These are all things that we need because we have an aging infrastructure, right? Like Wayne mentioned, there's infrastructure in place like roads that need to be repaired and need to be fixed and need to be updated. After you look at something like modernization, which includes all of that stuff, I think Travis had a great discussion where you're talking about Viroqua, right? And look at the great things Viroqua did, where they developed their downtown. And I think the chamber right now is actively working towards that goal and encouraging more people to spend time downtown. And then I think it's one of those things that Tomah has grown so much over the years. I think what we really need to do, in spirit of the last question of getting local citizens involved, is really get our own citizens to kind of come back to Tomah and maybe find some local tourism and encourage our citizens to stay in town, right? We have Vino Anjo now, so you don't need to go up to La Crosse to go to a wine bar. Like, to me, a wine bar seems like a huge city thing that we finally have in Tomah. So, but yeah, basically modernization, and then again, growing the tax base, right? Because you need money to fund everything, so.
Thank you.